Sa episode na ito, makakasama natin ang isang espesyal na panauhin, si Mary Ann Lara. Si Mary Ann ay isang eksperto sa larangan ng accounting at financial planning. Bilang isang certified professional accountant, certified general accountant, at certified financial planner. Siya ay may malawak na kaalaman sa buwis, tax planning, at investment management. Mula sa Pilipinas hanggang Canada, kanyang ipinamalas ang husay sa larangan ng accounting na naging daan upang matulungan ang maraming pamilya at mga negosyo. She has also contributed to the financial community by publishing articles on topics such as retirement income optimization at tax planning strategies. Samahan niyo kami sa makabuluhang kwentuhan mula sa kanyang mga pinagdaan ng pagsubok, mga naabot na tagumpay, at ang kanyang pananaw para sa hinaharap dito sa Canada. Kabayan, timpla na ng kape. Tara at kwentuhan tayo. Kumusta?
Yeah,
At how's things?
I'm retired. I'm slowing down. I'm taking life slowly, enjoying my time.
That's good. That's good. As a retired person, what's keeping you busy? Are you still working or?
I'm working part-time. I have a lot of tax clients. So I do tax consultancy and I also do tax for my clients as well as the clients of my friends or advisors in IG Wealth. So they entrusted to me all the tax planning of their client.
What made you decide to
No,
move
so
to Canada?
I was in the Philippines. I was working for Security Bank.
Security Bank,
Yes.
yes.
And as you know, Security Bank was acquired by the Marcoses
Marcos.
after, I think, 1981 or so. So the politics has changed.
Oh,
So my boss were, I don't know if you, but my boss were the sort of the financial advisors of Marcos.
okay.
So we were like in power at that time. But I saw
Very
the,
influential.
yes, and I was very much, I went to the central bank. We would do offshore loans and I would do this. Like, I enjoyed my time because I was exposed to very much the financial world. But I saw the writing on the wall,
I
right?
see. Yeah.
So I said, what will happen to us when this is over, right? And then my husband said, oh, okay. So, because my husband is in marketing, right?
Marketing siya. Yeah.
So he said, you are in finance. It's so easy for you to go anywhere you like. Like, why don't you start it? And then he said, do it now because Cory was like, the assassination.
Assassination ni
Yeah,
Ninoy
yes.
Aquino.
So I said, do it now. So I started doing it in 1987, I think. We went to the States first and then tested it. Then we went back and then I applied in Canada. Since Security Bank then was partly owned then by Bank of Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay. That's
So
good.
Bank of Nova
Interesting.
Scotia, my bosses were like Canadians, so I know them very. I was very close. I was working for them, so I applied in Canada. It only took me 6 months to get the papers approved. So 1989 we were here.
1989 ka dumating.
So 1989 life then was easy here. But the real estate, I don't know if you knew there was a crash in real estate.
There was, yeah. 1990s.
Yes. And the interest rate for the homes were like 12%.
16%, yes. I've heard.
So, lucky me, I came here after getting all my papers, the scene. I was able to work right away.
Very nice.
So,
Yes.
in 1 month's time, I was able to have a job.
Natrabaho na agad kayo.
Meron ako nakilala na until now she's my best friend. I had a mentor. She is a Scottish woman, and then she was the manager of Marks and Spencer. Marks and Spencer is one of the biggest store.
Retail. Yes.
This is British,
Yes.
Scottish. And then she happens to have, I think her father or her mother was a Filipino. So, so naging parang very close kami, right? So she employed me right away. So I was like 1 month here and then she employed me at Marks and Spencer in Yorkdale. So I was the store accountant and then she gave me all the financial responsibility
Yes,
of
yes.
the store. So I was opening I had the key, the safe combination, and I was like doing all the accounting. Imagine, I was just like new here, and I was like,
Bagong-bago kayo.
tapos siya na ang entrusted me with all the money. I was carrying bags of money, depositing it. So, meron siyang bang yung mutual trust?
Oo, parang magaan agad yung loob niya
Oh,
sa'yo.
so until now, she is my friend. After 34 years,
Galing.
you have to have a mentor. So she entrusted me. Then right after 3 months, I enrolled, because I was a CPA back in. So I enrolled in
School dito.
the CPA. So it just took me about 1.5 years. So less than 2 years, I was already a CPA. And then I was working for that store.
Okay.
So I was earning money.
Oo.
So I was able to pay all my my tuition and everything. And then she was so nice to me. Like, you see, all my clothes, even my husband's clothes, everything was provided by.
Yung Marks and Spencer.
Like, she would buy, like, for example, it was already on sale, and then I would buy it like 80% off, like that. And then, Marks and Spencer have a lot of groceries food too.
Oo.
So
Meron
I
din silang
learned to
groceries
eat
food.
all of that Legolam, yung mga Mowbray. I learned to
Never
eat
even
it.
heard you.
Yeah,
Yun yung mga
mga
talagang
British na ano.
British, yes. Oo.
Tapos yung filet, you boil the fish in a plastic.
Oo.
All of that. And then, yung mga may
Caviar.
may mga expiry date
Oo,
yun, right?
oo.
So pag ang expiry date, sabi niya, buy this. I will buy that for 50 cents. And then, just to bring it home para, ano ba tawag doon? Para legit, right? So, we were eating like British food at home. I don't even, like, yung trust ba?
Oo. Iba. Talaga magaan na yung loob niya sa'yo.
Oh,
First time na
pati
pumasok
clothes, lahat. And then, tapos pag meron silang yung mga ibang furniture na, yung mga display
Naka-sale.
table, sabi niya, bring it home. Just pay me $1. Ganon.
Oh.
So, yung bang trust, tapos, nung malapit na akong matapos ng CGA, sabi niya, oh, okay, the head office has moved to Yorkdale, yung building down. Sabi niya, I will recommend you. So, I was recommended to do the head office finance.
Finance.
Siya lahat.
Siya lahat.
Mm.
So,
Her name is Pat Crawford. I'm very much indebted to her.
Yeah. And ate, nung balik ako, di ba, sa Pilipinas, right? Knowing na ganun to na yung position mo, and you mentioned na yung boss mo is influential and
Si Gapo ang boss ko.
and connected siya kay Marcos.
Financial advisor.
And it never occurred sa iyo na, maybe I should stay here, because connected to mga to. I can also make...
But nakita mo na yung na-assassinate na si...
Yes, si Ninoy. So I guess...
And then when I was there, araw-araw ang demonstration sa Ayala.
Yeah. And I guess it shows also yung character mo, right? This is something na hindi mo kayang gawin, yung bang, corruption and everything, right? May pera ka nga pero, at
yes. Right? Ang nakatulong sa akin yung mga bosses ko sa Scotiabank
na makapunta dito.
Yun ang encourage sa akin.
So you mentioned na nagpunta ka rin sa US.
Yes.
Trinay nyo. How many months kayo doon?
Siguro less than a year.
And then nagpunta kayo dito sa...
Kasi nga sabi, it's easier to...
migrate sa Canada. And what was your impression, right? Na nung pumunta ka na dito sa Canada, nahirapan ka ba?
Hindi naman. Kasi ang Canada is parang the most decent person in the whole. Iba ang character dito up to now, di ba? So polite. So, it's different.
Yes.
So, pumunta ka sa States, right? It's so different. You can see the difference in the way that people behave. Iba ang when you move here, ang anuhin mo yung morality, tsaka yung cultural. Kasi
yung
with
values.
Yung values. If that values hold, nakita mo how we behave, how we get.
So, knowing na nung dumating ka dito, hindi ka naman na culture shock or...
Hindi naman, kasi I'm used to traveling eh.
Okay.
And then when I came here, kasi sanay ako sa mga, what do you call it, mga iba-ibang culture kasi ang banking,
Diverse.
diverse. Offshore banking nung time ko sa Pilipinas.
Offshore banking.
Yeah, so okay. When I came here, I was like, what do you call it? I was very well educated because I had two master's degree when I
There you
came
go.
here. I had an MBA and a master's in economics.
Yeah.
Ang mabuti sa akin when I became a CPA here, I was with the association, and then Pricewaterhouse is one of the biggest.
Yeah.
They just called the association, and then the association recommended me.
So nag-work ka din sa Pricewaterhouse
Yes.
Cooper. For how many years?
So guro mga 8.
8 years.
And then when because Pricewaterhouse is one of the best.
Biggest, yeah.
Tsaka when
Very
you go,
famous
when you get
accounting
out of
firm.
there, para bang, you're so,
Anywhere.
you can go anywhere.
Anywhere.
Tapos doon may mentor din ako.
Yes.
May mentor ako na partner sa tax. Oh, he was so good to me. Like, he would tell me, do this, do that. Yung binibigyan ako ng trabaho, exposure. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Tapos natuto ako sa kanya na he's so good na sa mind niya, he can do anything without a piece of paper. Nasa mind lang. Tapos, pagagawa niya sa akin, I use all the tools. Pareho. Ang answer niya siguro, konti lang ang depression niya, 100, 200. I had I always had a mentor.
Yes.
Yun ang mo.
So
somebody who would carry you all along. Maski sa security bank, may mentor ako.
Nice.
That is the one who believes in you. Yung iaano ka,
Itataas ka niya.
Oo.
And was it ever hard for you to find a mentor?
Not really, because if you work hard, they will see it.
They will see it.
At saka if you really like shine or do kasi ang mentality mo, whatever is assigned to you, do the best. Kasi makikita nila yun yung work mo.
Was there ever a moment dun sa life journey mo na kinwestiyon mo, bakit ba ako pumunta pa dito sa Canada?
Noon na, kasi syempre sanay ako sa magandang buhay, right? Kasi nung nasa security bank ko, everything was given to me. Like, car was part of the company.
Job.
All the health benefits, lahat yun. But here, you have to start from,
And then meron kayong katulong sa bahay.
Oo, pero ako hindi. Ayoko talaga na may kasama na iinis ako. I did do it myself.
By yourself, yes. Right? If you want to do it right, do it yourself.
Tapos, ang husband ko is very supportive when I was studying. Kasi all I do is study. Siya ang gumagawa sa...
Breadwinner.
Hindi naman breadwinner. Siya
sa trabaho, sa bahay.
Oo, yun.
To
Pero,
prepare.
yeah, but I was earning as well.
Yes. So work and study at the same time.
Kailangan may katulong ka kasi you cannot do everything yourself.
Kailangan talaga yung support system mo nandito. So, talking about support system, you mentioned before na nag-join ka sa mga Filipino community or organizations. Can you mention one?
Ang naanohan ko lang na Filipino community dito, yung APCA,
sa mga accountants.
Oo, yun lang. Pero after that, I was working sa CPA. I was doing tax volunteer work. I don't know if you know 519 Church Street, downtown.
519 Church Street.
I did that. For quite a while. I do the tax volunteer work doon.
And ano yung mga, kahit sino ba yun na
LGQBT.
LGBT, yeah, mga marginalized.
Marginalized,
May mga elderly din ba? Or?
Meron. Yung mga elderly, nagpupunta rin ako doon sa mga retirement home. Sa Momiji, Momiji, here in Kingston and in Japanese Center.
Lapit siya sa Guildwood.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And syempre, pag nagkagawa ka ng tax, sinishare din nila sa iyo
mga
experience nila, stories.
Marami akong Japanese clients ngayon. You have to give back.
To the community.
Oo, kasi marami kang nakuhang benefits.
It's important talaga na part of your dito is volunteer.
Give back.
Para you pay it forward.
Right? Give back. Kasi yung bang you have taken so much.
Mga benefits.
Ikaw, I mean, like, your life was made, better.
So you think your life is better here than kung nagtuloy ka sa Pilipinas?
Kasi ayoko sa Pilipinas yung values nila. Kasi nung nasa bangko ako, ang ano nila, material success.
Mhm.
Di ba, pupunta ka sa opisina na you wear all those diamonds, you don't need
Yung
that.
mga jewelries
Oo,
and stuff.
ganun ba?
Yun yung mga nakikita mo sa bank na ano.
Tsaka that's,
Especially high net worth yung mga
tapos
clientele mo.
gano'n ang ano nila na they measure your success.
Success based on money.
Doesn't mean anything. No?
Mhm.
Ang importante, you're happy.
Very nice. Kasi I guess that shows talaga yung character mo as a person.
Siguro.
Na ikaw yung tipo talaga na you don't measure yung success mo sa monetary or sa mga
Kasi ang mga
assets
Pilipino,
mo.
even my relatives here, sasabihin, oh, ganda-ganda ng bahay, no? Gano'n, may swimming pool sa gitna. You don't measure,
Mhm.
you measure,
Fulfillment.
yeah, how you develop your life,
Mhm.
paano mo na fulfill yung life mo na hindi ka masamang tao, gano'n. Tulad ng husband ko kasi Atenista yan, Jesuit yan, Jesuit educated,
True and true.
So, ang alam mo naman mga Jesuits, wala sila yung materialism, pero they're intellectuals.
Intellectuals.
At saka sa kanila, importante sa kanila, what they do, right? So, ang husband ko gano'n, wala sa kanya yung materialism.
Mhm.
Ako kasi, I'm in finance, so, ako kasi, more of like, I have to have this. Kasi ako ang nag-ano ng,
Financial stuff.
oo, kailangan financially secured.
Yes.
Pero sa kanya, hindi. Ang importante sa kanya, day to day, you're okay. Ganun. Ano siya? Jesuit way of life.
Jesuit way of life.
Oh, you only do what you should do
Mhm.
to make the world a
Better place. You're a religious person?
Yes, I am, because I studied in St. Teresa's all the way.
That's all-girls school, right?
Yeah, tapos Lasal. So
Lasal.
my parents are very Catholic.
Okay. So do you think that's yung faith mo has shaped you into what you are now and has
I think
guide you
what shaped me is my family
for your family?
at saka yung environment ko.
Mhm.
Kasi ang family ko is very traditional.
Traditional.
So my mother didn't work. My father is a professional. And then he provided for the family. He sent us all to a good school, all of us. So my sister is a lawyer
Mhm.
before in the Philippines. So ang nag-shape sa akin yun. Yung values ng family.
Family mo.
So opposite kami.
Mhm.
Pero mabait siya kasi nakita niya yung ko,
Mhm.
yung the way
Okay,
ayaw niya
mo.
maging kapareho siya ng niya,
Nung
father niya.
na-experience niya sa family niya.
So he's a very good person.
Oh, good.
Kasi makikita mo yun yung isa dysfunctional, yung isa
Usually naman may mga I know someone na let's say
dysfunctional.
yung father niya smokes a lot,
Yeah.
and then umiinom, and then yung mga anak hindi nila tinularan, right? Because they understood na that's something na ayaw nilang gawin at ayaw nilang gayahin sila ng mga anak nila. Importante ba sa'yo dun sa journey mo dito na may pamilya ka, support system, or you think na kahit mag-isa ka lang, okay lang?
Depende. I think dito pwede kang walang kamag-anak.
Kamag-anak.
Kasi marami naman tumutulong dito
Mhm.
Hindi ka
Nag-reach
pareho.
out ka lang
Oo.
talaga.
Kasi nung nagvo-volunteer ako, sana ba yun? Nagpunta kami dun sa isang shelter sa Sherborne ata, women's shelter. Ang ganda-ganda, alam mo naman dito, ang daming facilities. No?
Benefits na
Ang ganda nung
assistance.
parang hotel. Tapos yung bahay, merong kwarto yung mga anak, may kwarto yung
Yung
nanay.
magulang.
Tapos ang daming pagkain, na may fruits, tapos tinuturo yung mga bata. I mean, ganun ba?
Mhm.
Yung bang palaging may help.
Yes.
Tapos nung kami, yung mga women, gano'n. Kasi itong mga kasama ko, mga yung mga women association, syempre mayayaman, they bring mga toothbrushes, mga toiletries. Gano'n,
Oo.
dinadala namin doon. Sa Sherborne.
Sa Sherborne. So ito yung, would you say na ito yung isa sa mga good characteristics ng Canada?
Oh, everywhere here, gano'n talaga.
Mhm.
I mean, you can come here na kunyari abuse ka or something.
Mhm.
They will help you though. There is always help.
Yung assistance ng Canada sa elderly, sa mga everybody na nangangailangan ng tulong.
Timon dito, pag ka, you never worked here, right? Ang dami kong ginagawa na
Tax.
They never worked here. Tapos, they get, siguro, yung, alam mo yung guaranteed income supplement. Right?
GIS.
Oh, GIS. So, in a year, they get 25,000.
Hmm.
Which is like, you never work here, you never, kaya, nangyari yata, in-abuse ang old
System.
age. Kaya tinigilan nila yung parents na, yung
Yung mag-sponsor.
petition, oo. Kasi nga na-abuse yung old age.
Kasi marami rin talaga na
Ang ibang, yata, culture, na-abuse yun.
So, I guess meron talaga na benefits at meron ding disadvantage yung ganito.
Masyadong
Especially
mabait.
kung masyadong mabait. Ang social
Net.
safety net ng Canada na-abuse.
Minsan
Talaga. But generally speaking, I guess maganda rin na meron.
Oh, kasi
para pantulong.
pag kanya katulad yung mga galing sa mga Middle East, right?
Oo.
When they come here, refugee, right? So, they're given house subsidy.
I heard nga.
They're given yung parents
Child.
na social welfare. So, bawat kid meron 600 allowance.
Pera.
Now you have 4. That's 2,400.
Plus furniture.
Sometimes ang nangyayari, ayaw na magtrabaho.
Yun yung downside, I guess.
Kasi bakit magtatrabaho? This one is free.
Kumikita naman, yeah.
Tsaka walang tax.
Walang tax. Right.
Tsaka yung iba na mga bata, iba-iba tatay.
May mga instances din talaga.
Minsan talaga na-abuse yung system.
Kahit iba-iba yung tatay, tapos yung tatay nakikita pa rin sila. Right? Just to, on paper, na palabasin na single mom or
which is like, sometimes it's abuse.
Yun lang yung talagang
pero pag kailangan mo ng tulong, but in all the world, Canada is a very good country.
You would say na ang Canada pa rin is
kasi ang nakita ko lang na comparative sa Canada, yung mga Scandinavian countries.
Norway, yes.
Norway, Sweden, Denmark.
Yes.
Ang tao doon, lahat sila masaya.
Yeah.
Tsaka hindi, normal lang
Kasi may support again from the government eh.
At tsaka kukunti sila. The same life dito, the same life there.
And you're close to nature. Yun yung maganda sa Canada. Malinis. Yes. And you mentioned na sa trabaho mo, diverse. Kasi Toronto, very diverse eh. Have you ever experienced na discriminate ka?
Hindi naman. In my work, kasi I've been, nung pagkalabas ko sa Pricewaterhouse, yung mga boss ko, dinala ako sa Manulife. So I worked for Manulife for 8 years.
Would you say na because you are well qualified,
I think so.
They know that you're smart and you can do your job.
I think if you perform
really well. And you have the merit qualification talaga na to
kunyari, you pretend, yun ang magkagaling.
And then pwede mo sabihin na hindi discriminate ka.
Pwede. Tapos hindi mo magawa, sabihin pinagalitan ka. Kasi hindi mo naman ginagawa.
So,
ang nagdadala sa akin nga yung mga mentor
mo.
Alam nila na kaya mong gawin yung trabaho.
Kaya mo talagang gawin na And,
ang naghirap din ako nung sabi ko, gusto ko maging advisor. It's hard to build a portfolio.
How did you manage yung transition? I mean, I guess, accounting kasi is numbers eh. Numbers ka dyan eh. So, from employed ka, naging self-employed ka.
Yes. Ang nangyari sa akin, syempre, I re-educate, kunin ko ulit ang license. Kasi di ba, you have to have so many licenses.
Insurance,
so,
investment.
Mangyari, you start from zero portfolio, right? Tapos kasi may advantage ako, may tax base ako. So, what I did was, did seminars. So, doon nangyari.
Nakilala ka na.
Oo. Pumapasok na yun.
And knowing na yung mga clients mo kasi, they know how qualified you are, how smart you are, it's easier na rin yung transition to trust you. Yes, kasi they will believe
in you.
Yung trust sa'yo. Kasi tax is very important sa atin dito.
At saka hindi lang yun, yung pinanggalingan ko. Oo. Kasi yung ibang advisor, wala nun eh.
And it's easier talaga na to trust someone who knows the numbers.
At saka meron din akong mentor sa
meron ka ding mentor. Talagang lahat, meron ka talagang mentor.
Kasi kung wala kang mentor, mahirap. May mentor ako na nagdala sa akin.
Kailangan mo talaga ng mentor, no? Na mag-show sa'yo ng way.
At saka dadalin ka. Kahit saan ako nagtrabaho, may mentor ako palagi. Ano ba yan? Protector?
Protector.
Oo.
Para siyang guardian angel mo. Right?
It's hard to get a mentor na talagang ano.
So, looking back sa narating mo, ngayon ate, di ba, you've accomplished so much sa life journey mo dito sa Canada. Do you have can you tell us ano yung biggest sacrifice mo na ginawa na from the Philippines to move here?
Yung family na kasi kami lang dalawa ng husband ko tsaka yung mga cousin ko. So I miss my pamangkin, my I miss them.
Talaga yung family doon. No? Knowing kasi na sinabi mo rin kanina na ang foundation mo,
Family.
what made you who you are is yung family mo.
At saka kasi
na nasa Pilipinas.
ako kasi, I'm the youngest.
Youngest ka.
So, I have a sister and I have 2 brothers. So, ang sister ko, ano yun, walang asawa. So, she was like a mentor to me. Like, she's a very well-known lawyer. Parang, she would, nagtatrabaho na ako sa bangko, sinusundo pa ako ng mga kapatid ko. Yung bang gano'n, nag-aaral ako sa Lasal ng master's degree, sinusundo pa ako ng brother ko sa gabi. Kasi 9 o'clock na, yung bang family. Oo.
And nung dumating ka yung sister mo nasa Pilipinas
Oo,
siya?
namatay na siya, pero
Pati yung mga brother mo nasa
ako
Pilipinas.
na lang natira.
Ikaw lang nandito. And did they ever call you and say...
they came here.
Oh, they came here?
Yeah, they visit.
They visit?
Yeah.
Pero they never ask you na, umuwi ka na dito ka na lang.
Siyempre, yun ang decision mo.
Independent,
Oh.
yeah. They just support you.
Yeah, at saka, they know that Canada is a
Very nice, safe place na.
one of the best na
Would you say na right now, Canada is still the best country?
Yes. Tingnan mo, di ba sabi ni, if I don't know if you heard, what's this, Sis Crescent? Yung speech niya last
Jan
Sunday.
Crescent, yung Prime Minister.
Narinig mo yung speech niya nung sabi niya, thank you, Mr. Trump. What you say, it united all of us.
Yung Canada.
Yung sabi niya, instead of breaking us up, you united everybody here. Para bang naging so we should give you a Medal of Honor, Canada. Joke lang yun, sabi niya. Joke.
Kasi Trump is saying na maging 51st state na tayo.
Yeah. Sabi niya, instead of dividing us, you gave us we will sacrifice
yung fire,
everything. Yes.
Yung fire. To unite yung mga Canadians. Even though talaga may mga differences kahit sa Pilipinas, kahit saan ka naman talaga pumunta, there will always be differences.
Pero yung ginawa niya, it united us.
Yung mga Canadians.
Di ba nakita mo? Even though we spend more, okay lang. Yeah.
Kasi knowing na sa taxation, tax ka, makikita mo talaga na yung kinukuha ng gobyerno, right? Yung taxes, malaki pero meron din naman siyang benefits. Especially
katulad ko, I had a problem with last May, yung aking bridge nahulog. So at 25 years na yung bridge ko nahulog. So I had to do some dental work, right? Yung lahat ng x-ray, lahat ng extraction, lahat ng siguro I had yung feeling inayos sa akin siguro mga 15, tapos I had 4 extraction. So my declared income is below 90,000, right? So nag-qualify ako doon sa Canadian Dental.
Oh, okay. Yung benefit na you don't have to pay.
Sa seniors?
Sa seniors, yeah.
Maski mga bridge, covered.
Covered na din.
Lahat.
Galing.
Yeah.
Malaking tulong yan, especially sa mga elderly natin dito. Seniors na, they're not working anymore. Or
ang mahal ng dental.
Mahal ng dental. Very expensive talaga.
Kinover lahat.
Dito. Yeah. And, doon sa life journey mo, looking back, let's say you're going to speak to your younger self na bago dito, ano sasabihin mo about Canada?
I think it would be the same. You just work hard and prove yourself and you'll get wherever you want to go. You'll be there wherever. Kasi ganyan dito ang opportunity mo is what you do. It's how you get rise to the challenge. I think it's the same then, it's the same now.
The same then.
Kaya lang ngayon medyo mahirap kasi ang daming pumupunta rito na hindi qualified. Yung mga students.
Students, yes.
O yun. I think they're shortcutting the way, which is not right. Ang nangyayari, hindi naman pumupunta rito, kala mo ba, they take a bachelor's degree? No, yung mga courses na ang nangyayari, hindi naman, pumupunta rito, kala mo ba, they take a bachelor's degree? No, yung mga courses na,
I even heard na may mga areas na farmers sila doon, not, hindi
Hindi
marunong
naman-
English, kahit the
hindi
communication,
qualified.
Hindi talaga qualified.
Parang in-abuse yung shortcutting yung Kasi noon panahon namin, pagpasok mo, PR ka kagad.
Yeah. Kasi talagang dadaan ka sa butas ng
Oo,
karayom.
bago ka
They have to,
ma-approve. Oo.
bine-vet lahat eh. Yeah.
Ngayon yata,
Nowadays,
sinishortcut nila, gusto nila maging student, tapos doon sila mag-a-apply. Pinauwi yata yung mga iba.
marami, marami na pa uwi. Dito na lang mag-apply ng trabaho. Meron nga hindi na doon show up eh.
In-abuse.
In-abuse talaga yung system just to get. Kasi Canada is still a desirable country to live in eh. Considering kung saan sila galing. Eh. Any advice sa mga would-be, yung mga Filipino na nagpaplanong mag-migrate dito or bago pa lang based dun sa naging
What I would suggest is, kung pupunta ka dito, you're really qualified and you're prepared. And you have the enough money to support yourself doon sa time na mag-resettle ka dito. Don't go here like wala kang pera na $500 ang pera mo, gano'n. It's not worth it.
Mahirap dahil magsisimula ka pa lang eh. And sometimes sabi mo nga, na kailangan mong kumuha ng license, mag-re-educate, mag-aaral ka, and it's hard na pagsabayin, right? Na,
you're prepared
yeah.
mentally, physically, and financially.
Nice. And yung sinabi mo kanina, yung sa mentor, what can you say about the mentors?
It's the most important. If you have a mentor, life would be easier for you, and life would be good, and then it will open doors for you.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Based dun sa naging experience mo din talaga.
I always had a mentor, kahit saan ako magpunta.
Kahit saan ka magpunta.
But I earned it. Yung mentor ko sa Pricewaterhouse he's one of the best tax partner in the business.
Any advice te sa mga Filipinos na let's say nag-iisip na sila na nandito na sila, nag-iisip sila na ayoko na dito, balik na lang ako sa Pilipinas.
Bakit ayaw mo dito?
Yeah.
Ano reason na bakit ayaw mo dito?
I guess dun sa nahihirapan sila. Like, nung panahon na pumunta ka dito, you said medyo madali pa nun eh. Right, ngayon kasi, di ba, like you said, mahirap na ngayon dahil maraming tao, maraming mga competing, iba't ibang
pati
nationalities. What would you say na...
When you come here, you should be prepared. At saka you should be qualified.
Kailangan talaga tipay din ng loob, right?
At saka don't come here na hindi mo kaya.
Kailangan talaga, determinado ka talaga. No?
Kasi ang health, ang dito, katulad na ko, yung naririnig ko sa Pilipinas, if you get sick, maghihirap ka.
Totoo.
Kasi kahit na-bankrupt daw yung...
Napundar mo, panggagastos mo sa ospital.
Na-bankrupt daw yung PhilHealth, sabi. That's what I heard.
I haven't read that, pero hindi natin, it's not far-fetched na mangyari kung
kasi
corruption.
Kasi ayun ang mangyayari doon kasi dito ang healthcare covered. Lalo na kami seniors, medicine namin covered. Dental ko covered.
Any parting words, Ate Mary Ann, dun sa naging life journey mo na pwede mong i-share sa amin, words of wisdom?
Dito, if I would live my life again, I'm okay. It's the same one, the same path.
Same path.
Yes. I'm happy the way
it turns out. Yeah, it turned out na, and yung self-fulfillment, peace of mind, everything.
Yeah.
As you wind down, yung journey mo.
Tapos ngayon I'm already retired, no? Kasi my husband had cancer. He passed. And then, mabilis yung cancer niya. Siguro 6 months lang. Tapos, he was in palliative care. I don't know if you know Providence Villa.
Sa Warden.
And
St. Clair.
Yeah, he was there. He was in yung mga 3 months yung palliative care. He was like, he had a room, everything. Like, taken care of. Yung mga 3 months yung palliative care. He was like, he had a room, everything. Like, taken care of. I mean, life is good to both of us.
To both of you.
Life was good.
Kumusta kabayan? Welcome to Kabayan Inc., the podcast where we share kwento, sip some kape, and dive deep into life here in Canada. Every week, we'll sit down with inspiring Filipino Canadians as they share their journey from the challenges of being a newcomer to the successes they have built here in the Great White North. If you're looking for real talk, relatable stories, and a sense of community, you're in the right place. So grab your kape, get comfy, and join the conversation.